Hello, my dear students of class ninth. This is me, Anish Moses, from US Academy and Institute Gorakhpur. And today I'll be starting the second poem from the Beehive book. And the name of the poem is Wind. So you can see this is the poem which you will be studying. And if you have not yet bought the books, you can just take the screenshot of this and you can study from it. Now, this poem is written by, as you can see over here, the poem is written by the two names are actually given over here, Subramanyam Bharati and A.K. Ramanujan. So why is it so? First, we will understand this. It is so because this poem was written in Tamil first by Subramanya Bharati, and after that, it was reconverted into English by A.K. Ramanujan. Now he converted in English, and after that only it just came into the publications that this poem is also being said that it is written by both of these poets, Subramanya Bharati in Tamil, and after that converted by A.K. Ramanujan in English. So some lines about this poet is also given, that Subramanyam Bharati 1882 to 1921, it's his tenure in which he lived, is a great Tamil poet famous for his patriotism in the pre-independence era. And about A.K. Ramanujan, it is written that A.K. Ramanujan is a Kannada and English poet well known for his translation of classical and modern poetry. So, these all things were about these poets. Now, coming to this poem. First, I will be telling you the summary, and after telling you brief summary, then I will be going on line by line explaining this poem. So, about this summary is this, as you know, wind, if it blows in a very harsh manner or a storm comes, it definitely threw away all the papers which are on the table, books flies off, plastics, you can see the bags are fallen on the tree, from the tree leaves are fallen, and you, if you must have noticed that doors and window also started to rattle. So these all things you can also observe when strong winds are blowing. So these are the things which you will see in this poem. Now, over here in the starting, poet is talking to wind. Poet is just asking him, he is telling, he is requesting him to not to blow fast. He is also telling that it is very difficult to sustain you, and he is telling you, he is telling to the wind all the miseries that people are facing. So in starting lines, these are being told, and after that, when this poet finds out that it is worthless to say something to wind, it's better to be strong from our side itself, so that we can sustain wind. Now over here, this wind is not compared as a wind itself, it is compared as a problems which come in our life. It is compared to the situations, all the miserable situations which we face in life. So that is what this poem is. The wind is compared to the miserable condition or the bad situation which come in our life. Now if we tell to bad situation, please don't come in our life, is it so that it will not come? It will definitely come. But the thing is, every person have difficult situation in their life. Even the president of India must have faced hardship in his life in the later time. But every person face it. After good time, bad times comes, and after bad time, always good time comes. So this is what the condition which comes in our life. So over here also, now it is also said in the last, as I have told you, it is also said in the last. Now after once this poet speaks to the wind, after that in the last, now winds, he is finding out that wind is not listening to him. So he is now telling to the reader that it's better to be strong from our side, because wind can come anytime, for it bad situation can come anytime. So just to tackle up all these bad situation, we ourselves had to be strong. So that is what poet tells and requests to the reader. And he is also saying that we must be strong, as well as after becoming strong, we can also do friendship with this wind. After becoming strong, we can just tame wind, we can just befriend wind. So that is what this poet is saying in this poem. This is what the summary was. Now let's start line by line this poem, and then we will come to know that what is about. Wind. What is written in this highlighted section? The wind blows strongly and causes a lot of destruction. How can we make friends with it? Now, over here, yes, it is very correct that this strong wind causes very much destruction. How can we be friend? But definitely, we can make friend. You must have seen in various other channels that human beings are taming even animals. They are taming various other aquatic animals even. So why can't we make this wind also our friend? So that is the main situation. We can definitely do everything. Now coming on to it line by line. Wind comes softly. Now over here, as I have told you, poet is requesting wind to come softly. Don't be harsh. That is what he wants to say. He is saying that be polite, be soft, so that no destruction is made from you. Don't break the shutters of the windows. Don't scatter the paper. Yes, as you know, as the wind blow in a very harsh manner, it breaks off the shutters of the window definitely by banging of the windows, banging of the door. Definitely, it destroys. So that is what it is written, that if a strong wind blows, it scatters and it breaks the shutters of the window. Don't scatter paper, the papers which are kept on the table. If wind blows very fast, definitely you must be seeing that newspaper, paper or something like that, paper flying off. Even thin books also you can see flying off if the wind blow in a very harsh manner. Now, don't throw don't throw down the books on the shelf. Yes, if the wind blows very fast, definitely the things, the books which are kept on the shelf, that also goes down because of the wind, because of its destruction, because of its speed and strong. Now over here, there, look what you did. You threw them all. Now over here, this poet is telling him, poet is showing him that see what you have done. You have done a misery. You have done a very bad thing. What bad thing wind have done? That he have thrown off the books which were kept. You tore the pages of the book. First thing was that book which was kept. You threw them all from the shelf. Second, what you did, you tore the pages of the book. Maybe the book must be open, or with the speed of the wind, the pages of the book tore up. That much harsh the wind must be blowing. Second thing. Third thing, what this poet is saying, you brought rain again. Now, three things this poet is complaining to the wind. What all three things? First thing, you threw the book down. First thing. Second thing, you tore the pages of the book. And the third thing is, you brought rain again. That the rain came. You must be seeing after storm, rain comes, thunderstorm comes. So, this is what he is complaining to the wind. Now, ahead, what he is saying now, you you're very clever at poking fun and weaklings. Now he is saying that wind is very clever. What type of cleverness he shows? He shows cleverness that only weak people, only weak things, only thin things, that is for example paper, books, these are very thin, and only weak things you are able to throw, and these strong things which are kept like heavy stones or huge almirahs, so such type of huge thing which are kept, that wind does not blows off. That much power wind does not have. That is what he is saying, that wind only blows off the weaklings, only weak things, only the things which are very docile, the things which are very light, only that things are being blown off. Now that is what poet is saying to him as a clever. Frail, crumbling house, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling life, crumbling heart. So, when this strong winds are blowing, what things are happening, what you are seeing, you must be seeing in a Discovery Channel or in various other news, that once the storm or tornado starts, what happened? It just blows off even houses. Houses are even just blown away. The roof of the house go off in that storm, in that tornado. You may also see that crumbling doors. Doors, when this type of heavy wind start, the door start banging, and the doors, and until you don't lock the door, that door will always bang. Why? Because of this strong wind. Crumbling life, because the person whose house is lost, everything is lost, his life is just, even if there is a very strong wind, human beings also fly off in that wind. So crumbling life, crumbling heart, person who loses everything, he is just very disappointed from his heart even. So these all things are just taken not only as a wind, but it is taken as a worst situation in life. Wind is compared as a bad condition or a bad situation in life which people face and become upset or become very much in trouble. Now coming ahead, the wind god winnows and crushes them all. Now, wind god, whosoever the wind god is, now poet is saying that wind god is very happy in doing these all things, and he is very he enjoys doing this type of thing by crushing these all things, by crushing houses, crushing doors, crushing lives, crushing wood. So he is very happy at that time while he is doing these all things and crush them all, and he does not leave even a small thing. Whatever comes in his way of the wind god, he just crushes him up, he just destroys him up. Now coming to the poem lines, he won't do what you tell him. So come, let's okay. Now over here till this line, he won't do what you tell him. Now from this line, the poet starts to tell to the speaker. Now till here, poet was talking and poet was discussing the things of the wind. And from here, from this line, he won't do what you tell him. From this line, now poet starts to speak to the readers, whoever is reading his poem. Now over here he is saying that he won't do what you tell him. Now he is telling, the poet is telling to the readers that whatever I told to the wind that come softly, you must be seeing in the first line, he just told the wind, come softly, don't break this, don't break that, don't do this, see what you have done. So these all things he is now telling to the reader, that the wind is not following what we are telling to him. The wind is totally not following, he is totally disobedient. So what request he is making to the narrator, to the reader is, over here it is written, so come, let's build strong homes. Now this is what reader is telling, the poet is telling to the readers. He is now requesting to let's join together, let's combine together, because unity have power. And he is now saying that, so come, let's build a strong home. So let's build a strong home. A strong home does not mean that we must start making we must acquire a plot and we acquire to we just take all these brick and cement and start building very strong homes. No, it does not mean that. It means that the home means our heart, the home means our life. So he is now saying that now we have to make our life, our heart, our will very very strong, so that any of the worst situation come in life, either we request to that or not, we can just sustain it, we can fight with that condition, we may not get destroyed with that condition. Why we must not get destroyed? Because we are very strong. So that is what this poet is saying. Let's join the doors firmly. As it was told that a strong wind when comes, the door starts to rattle. Rattle means it will close in a very harsh voice, it will bang. So he is now saying, so let's firmly close the door, so that even the wind blows in a very harsh manner, even the doors does not get open, the doors does not get rattled. So that is what he's saying. Once you may have also noticed that once the wind is blowing, door and windows start to rattle, but once you close it firmly, once you fasten it up closely, it does not, wind is not able to open the door again, neither the wind is again now, neither the door is now again rattling, because the door is closed. Practice to firm the body. Now he's also saying that we have to practice up till that extent till we become very strong. That is what he's saying. We have to practice and practice, because practice makes a man perfect. If we practice, then only we can achieve to the perfection level. And it is very good if we become very strong, because if we become strong, wind will not be able to deteriorate us. Do this, and the wind will be friend with us. Now he's saying, if we do these all things, if we fasten our doors, if we build strong homes, if we have a very steadfast heart, and these all things if we have, oh sorry, over there this one line is left, make the heart steadfast. Now make the heart steadfast, do this, and the wind will be friend with us. Now make the heart steadfast. Steadfast means strong. We have to not only practice for our body, but we have to also steadfast our heart. Steadfast our heart means we have to make our heart very strong. Even the worst situation come, we must not lose our hope. We may fight in the worst situation or the worst condition ever. Now over here he is now saying that do this, and the wind will be with us. Now friend with us. Now when we all fight against this wind by practicing, and we are now strong enough, definitely after that wind won't be able to do anything. As I have told you, if you close the window, if you close the doors faster and properly, wind won't be able to just overthrow your doors. It won't be able to just open the doors. Why? Because you have just closed it up, you have just locked it up. So that is what it is saying. And once wind find that he is not able to he is not able to deteriorate, or he is not able to destroy you, definitely it will be left unnoticed. And once he is left unnoticed, wind will consider itself as very weak, and after that you can just make a friend with him. Now over here an example is given by the poet that the wind blows out weak fires. Now the poet is telling that wind blows off the weak fire. Weak fire means if you burn a matchstick and the wind is blowing, what will happen? Will it burn, or it will just extinguish? Definitely it will extinguish, because if a matchstick, if you burn and the wind is very fast, it will extinguish. That matchstick won't burn. Now out weak fire, he makes strong fire roar and flourish. And what winds do? Wind ends that majestic, but once this fire is in a jungle, definitely even a harsh wind also blows, that fire won't extinguish. Rather, it will moreover flourish. Moreover flourish means moreover fire will spread here and there. You may be you must have seen the example of the fire that occurred in this Australia jungle. What happened? That with a small fire only, the whole jungle was caught in fire and many animals died in that. So it is what contrast comparison is done. Matchstick, if it is burning, strong wind is there, it will extinguish. But in case if you yourself are very strong, that wind will help you in developing your fire inside you. So this is what he is saying, that we have to make friend with that wind. His friendship is good, we praise him every day. Over here it is said that his friendship, the friendship of this wind is very good. And if we have done friendship, as it was given an example that a small matchstick won't burn, and wind just ends it off, but a fire in a jungle won't end. So that's what he is saying, that we must definitely make friends, so that if we have that much fire in our heart, this wind will moreover evoke us, and it will moreover help us in flourishing us. So that is why this poet is saying that we must make this wind as a friend. And once it is made as a friend, we will definitely praise him every day, and wind will also definitely help us in all the sector, in all the scenario, in whatever we are doing. So this was the poem, The Wind. And the moral is also very sweet in this poem, that we must never lose our hope. Whatever situation comes, we must always face it. We must always have a counter to it. We must always have a determined situation and a determined condition. Everyone have problem in their life. It is not that only you are facing any problem. everyone have some or the other problem in their lives, and the thing is ki the person who just fights with their problem comes out victorious, and who loses is not able to fight. So from my side, I will always guide you up to have a very strong will. Every person have problem in their life, so we must be determined to fight, and once we are fighting with that situation, fighting with that problem will never return to you, and after that you can just make that problem your friend. Now over here was the summary of this poem. Now some questions are given over here. You have to just solve these question winnowing. Yes, there were one of the word came winnow, so it was this winnowing, that one lady is just winnow these grains, the heavier particle of the grain fall near to them, and this smaller particle or the thrash just flies off and goes somewhere else. So that is what winnowing is. Now, what you have to do is you have to write the question answers in your copy. But before writing question answers, you have to just write the chapter name, poem name, narrator's name. You have to find some of the word meanings from that. At least three word meanings are given over here. You have to at least find two, three more. And after finding two, three more, then you have to write it in your copy, and after writing these word meaning, then you have to do these question answers. Now for your help, I have in your assignment section of this USAI portal, I will be also providing you the notes and the summary of this poem and the question answer even. But it's your duty first to do this answer yourself. If you have understood this poem, definitely you will be able to do this answer, and if you have not understood, you may ask to me, or you may comment to my YouTube, you may comment on my YouTube section, and definitely I will be replying to all your queries, and I will try my level best to resolve all your problems whatever you are having. So first of all, I'll be requesting to do this word meaning, find some more, and after that you have to write this question answer. After when you have written that question answer, then you can cross check it with the answer which I will be providing in the USAI portal. So that will be moreover relevant. Some work from your side, and you can just cross check it. So this was the section, this was the poet, this was the poem second from the Beehive book, and I believe that you must have understood it, and the work which I am giving you, you must have also understood what all work you have got. So if there is any problem, you can just comment on my YouTube. I will definitely reply to it, and also do like and share my video, so that those students who are not able to study at their homes can get a guidance, and those students who are not joined yet can get our video, and they also can start studying at their home. Now with this, I am going to end my video, and I will request to stay at your home, stay safe, and have a good health. All the best.